All right, welcome to the Pod 2.0.
Hey, everybody at home.
I'm Ben.
I'm Chris.
I'm David.
Today we're going to be talking about stealing the loot. The video game.
Well, we're talking about the video game companies stealing the loot.
The video game industry
the
robbing
loot, we're
us.
talking about our money.
Yeah. The real game's on you, Jacko. Robbing us blind with downloadable content, DLCs. Is it worth it? Which games are worth it? Which games are not worth it? Which games are a complete fraudulent heist pulled off? Bethesda looking at you.
You have to look at the camera when you look at them.
Bethesda. You. And Jake Gyllenhaal. You. Stop stealing our money. Give us a game. We paid for the game. Stop releasing bullshit, little add-ons, pay to win. Ooh, but I want a red fucking banner. I want this. I want a little tab on my name. Enough. Just make it all available at once, or unlocking the game through merit.
Well, that was one of like my biggest complaints with DLCs is that you come out, you buy like the Ultimate Edition or a special edition of it, and you buy a season pass. Mm-hmm. And it's like, at that time, I'm shelling out all this money for stuff that might not even come out for months, you know? And I'm giving them all this money at this one time. I'm going to play this game nonstop for a while. And then by the time they come out with more DLC that wasn't part of the original season pass or part of anything else, I'm not going to pay that money. But I kind of wanted to play those missions. But if you would have just sold it to me at one point and just said, hey, why don't you just pay $100 for this game and we'll give you everything, I'd be all about it.
Well, and it also works both ways, though. I mean, like Fallout 4, for example. I already beat it several times over. I'm bored of the game, and still the season pass hasn't come out yet. Well, I have the season pass. I bought it at the time I purchased the original game. I'm already bored of it. Am I going to be around to actually care about the downloadable content that should be coming? I mean, and the game for me is dead.
Will he be around? It's like, is he still going to be on this planet when the DLC finally comes out?
You have to earn Type 2. You earn this Type 2.
I think it's worth mentioning that it's a good thing you bought the season pass when you bought the game, because after they announced what the first DLC would actually be, they doubled the price of the season pass. It is now $60 to buy the season pass instead of $30.
What's the season pass? Okay, so what's the first downloadable content going to be from Fallout 4?
Well, the first downloadable content is going to be a companion pack. And I say pack because it's actually going to be one companion that you can customize. It's going to have some sort of robot, probably an Assaultron companion that you can...
I was expecting Mr.
You can
Handy.
mod out. I haven't actually seen Mr. Handy's except... a couple instances, but I mean, it is focused on being a combat companion. So, and just judging from the screenshots they released, I'm expecting an Assaultron or something similar. But yeah, the idea is that you have a companion that you can customize and that doesn't care about your moral choices in the game. You don't have to worry about its likes or dislikes.
You don't have to worry about that anyway, but still.
Yeah.
Kind of inconsequential.
Just like real life, just cut them out of your life.
Pretty much. You're exterminatus.
You're hurting her.
Killer. Yeah. I also heard rumors that it's going to be some kind of Lovecraftian bullshit.
Well, did you guys see any of the art that they put out?
Yeah.
They put out something on
concept
Facebook.
art.
Well, it looked like a comic book cover. You guys didn't see that one? Mm-hmm. That looked really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a watercolor, looked like an old school like pulp, comic book cover. It was
like
really rad.
Kind of like all the in-game books and things. Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I kind of like that vibe, the whole film. But the Fallout 4, what a letdown! What a letdown! But yeah, I guess they're tapping in the whole Lovecraftian thing. Of course, H.P. Lovecraft wrote a lot about Massachusetts, that area in the North Shore, where I'm from, the 100th time. Hasn't changed. Dunwich. Like, there's actually a Dunwich in the game. There's those bastards. Makra Fishing or Canning or whatever, which is Arkham spelled backwards. That whole area, though, is where H.P. Lovecraft, most of his stories took place. So, the Dunwich Horror, obviously a great one. Arkham, they have Arkham in there. Now, I guess apparently they're going to be calling it, Far Harbor. It's supposed to be a parody of Bar Harbor, which is up in Maine.
Well, that's not very creative. At least with Arkham, they spelled it backwards, right?
Yeah, well, I guess. But I guess the premise is that there's going to be more Lovecraftian elements and components mixed in with the game, instead of just talking about aliens and ancient civilization. You get a little bit about that with the Cabot House when you go and join Jack Cabot, and you think, well, it's aliens, maybe it's not, but then he talks about all the archaeological findings that predated human civilization and all the crazy shit that comes from that. And of course, the father and the insane damn state hospital. I forget what they call it. The mental hospital. You get to free him or kill him. You free him. He has like this weird helmet thing on that increases his godlike powers and shit. So that's gonna be kind of cool, I suppose, if they get all Lovecraft, because everything's Lovecraftian now, right? I don't think it's a bad idea.
What do you think about it, David? Like, did you buy the season pass or no?
No.
No? Now that it's doubled in price?
Now I'm definitely not going to buy the season
Definitely
pass.
not buying. Oh, is that because you don't think the missions are worth playing, or because you're a consumer-conscious gamer?
Well, for one thing, you can wait a year. It's going to have a fucking Game of the Year edition. It's going to come out. It's going to be at least half the price.
Very true. Or you could play it at bench for free, right?
It's the internet. You can get anything you want for free if you want to try hard enough. But I'm just not that interested in Fallout 4. I've played it more since we recorded the episode about Fallout 4 specifically, but I still haven't bothered to actually finish the storyline. So it's just not compelling. So I don't think adding extra quests is going to compel me to play it any more than it already has failed to do. So I don't know.
I'm going to open up the floodgates for a verbal assault. I'll go ahead and give you guys some time to think of some things to say about me to put me down.
Fuck you, Chris.
There we go. I traded in my copy of Fallout 4 to buy Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
That's probably a lateral move.
Yeah. I'm pretty
happy. The lateral
with it
move,
so far.
but still in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's still dumpster diving. Yeah, Fallout 4 just a letdown. What they need to do is they need to stop working on the DLC for Fallout 4. Although they are kind of obligated to release something because they charge us so much for it, on the promise that they're going to offer something later. To a shitty game. And they should just get to work on the next Elder Scrolls. That's my opinion.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen until they actually release all the planned Fallout 4 DLC, which I believe is the 2 early expansions and then the 4 quest expansions. They've got the Robot Companion coming first, then they've got some kind of settlement expansion. They're expanding the number of things you can build, which fucking not even worth paying money for. Why? I mean, Jesus Christ, why can't that shit just be on the disc? It probably is on the disc. I would bet money that's fucking on the disc and it's just locked behind the DLC code. But anyway, those are coming out first, then the Far Harbor thing is coming out, and then 3 more quest line expansions, which haven't been announced yet. No details. And after all of that is done, they're actually allegedly going to work on the next Elder Scrolls game, Elder Scrolls 6. According to an interview with one of the Bethesda executives that was published last month, I believe.
They leak what the setting would be for Elder Scrolls 6? Which province?
They didn't leak the setting, but the guy in the interview mentioned, people are asking for Elder Scrolls 6, people are asking for Skyrim 2, and some people are taking that as a sign that the next game is going to be Skyrim 2, that he would mention that. I think that's reading way too much into the situation. I think it's just going to be Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about having a Skyrim sequel. I mean, where would they continue?
Well, they'd probably just do another fucking time jump, a century or two in the future, like they do every time they do a new Elder Scrolls game.
They're gonna run out of time. So they're gonna be in the Fallout universe.
And catch up to each other.
Wouldn't that be the fucking tie-in there that they reveal in the last Elder Scrolls series that it's the same universe as Fallout?
Yeah, and fuck everybody. Yeah. I mean, how many times are you gonna? They just did Skyrim. Or enough of Skyrim. I'm tired of it. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to Black Marsh or let's go elsewhere. Nah, not elsewhere. No cats.
They've actually said they will never set a game in elsewhere.
Thank God. Could you imagine how annoying that would be with all the Khajiit? This one wants to sell this to that one. Like, really? Like, what the fuck? Pronouns. Like, let's use them. It's going to be so goddamn annoying. It's like I cringe every time I talk to the cat people. Fucking furries, David. I blame you.
Hey.
Furries existed before I did.
Are all right.
But you contribute to it, Dave, because
I don't fucking contribute to it.
You give them hits.
Careful.
Oh, yeah.
Careful. You don't get them started.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we were talking about those games now. There's the Gears of War reboot coming out.
Are they really fucking making another Gears of War game?
People are actually super excited about that.
Well, I can understand some people being excited about it. I mean, it's an Xbox flagship
title.
Fucking franchise.
Yeah.
But
because they got nothing else to look forward to.
They're so fucking samey. It's like being excited about another Halo game. Who gives a fuck? They are all fucking identical.
Yeah.
True.
Even from like the first Xbox to like 360, like you don't see much of a jump with Halo graphics, especially when it comes to playing online. And
PS4
stuff like
superior.
that.
We established this. I mean, we look at the specs. I mean, even the last guest, Jack, who came on, he's super excited about Gears of War, but also we sat down on a computer, viewed the specs, juxtaposed between PS4, Xbox, what is it, 360 or Xbox One?
Xbox One.
And it was not even fucking close. I mean, technically, PS4 is a superior machine, with the graphics, gameplay, and it's basically what it comes down to is franchise loyalty and
title preference.
What kind of games you want to play. Gears of War, though, I guess, is a huge Halo, huge following, and that I guess that's enough to keep people on the Xbox wagon.
Yeah, I think my chick had pre-ordered one of the Guitar Heroes, like the latest one that came out.
Yeah,
it came out the same night as the last Halo game, and some dude he had like a super new Xbox One. Like I don't even think he had like 2 months or something.
And he had to send it in.
And he was already trading that one in to get like the Halo. Is it Halo 5? I think was the latest one. To get that edition of the Xbox One, just because like that consumer loyalty and that brand loyalty that you were talking about.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that keeps him in business, because it seems like every person that's ever owned an Xbox, they had to trade it in 3 or 4 fucking times because of one issue or another.
Yeah, I went through at least 3 360s, and I think the 4th one.
There you go. I still have a PS2 downstairs that still fucking works.
Yeah,
from like the 1980s. or whatever they came up with PS2. Yeah. I think I can actually hack time and go back in time and ride dinosaurs and call him Thor to go after Kung Fury. Well, okay, here's a question. Can off the top of your head, can you think of a game where the DLCs were actually fucking worth the money that you spent on them?
Fallout New Vegas.
No.
Fallout New Vegas?
Fallout New Vegas.
What'd you get with it?
Fallout New Vegas had 4 story expansions, same as Fallout 4 is going to have. Wonder where they got that idea. And 2 of them were super strong. One was all right, and the last one they released was pretty fucking aggressively mediocre. But at that point, it wasn't a ridiculous price. It was like $10 a piece, maybe, as opposed to $60 for a season pass now, and $20, I believe, is what they're going to be charging on an individual basis. But the writing and the content stands with the base game. A lot of times you will see it's either been rushed or it's just fucking power creep where they don't give a shit about balance. They don't give a shit about the story or anything like that.
Yeah.
This, I mean, they could have released Old World Blues as just a standalone mini game, kind of like they did with Far Cry Blood Dragon, and that would have held on its own.
Fucking love Far Cry Blood Dragon. That's a fucking great game.
I just played Far Cry Primal over at Sean's.
Yeah.
No, frequent guest. It's actually pretty decent. I was surprised.
I didn't like. Was it? What was the companion game that Blood Dragon was? That 3 or 4?
3.
3. I bought 3 off of a guy we work with named Charlie's recommendation. He was like, best fucking game of the new generation. I played it. I thought it was mediocre. Yeah, and then I saw the trailer for Blood Dragon, and I was like, where has this been all my life? I bought it, and I played it like twice, and I fucking love the soundtrack. I love fucking Michael Biehn as Rex Power Colt. Even on the They Pod website, that Cyborg Commando thing that I did was because of fucking Blood Dragon, because I fucking love that game so much, dude. The soundtrack, amazing.
So you played it twice, and then what?
And then that was it, because there's not that much going on in that game. There's no... I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that was a
$15
$15 game. It was like 5 hours long.
Yeah, if that. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it was...
I like mastered that game like really quickly, and then I played through it again just to get, you know, like the 16-bit sex scene and all that stuff, you know, all the cool like crap that was in there.
So you say Fallout New Vegas. What exactly were those expansions Fallout New Vegas? I can't remember. They just got it all at once, I think. So I didn't know
the first one that came out was Honest Hearts. It was the one set in the Utah area. It had some background on Caesar's Legion.
Utah. I didn't think I played that one. Okay.
It heavy focus on tribals. It's like tribal warfare. Yeah. Some really awesome perks to go with that. Mm-hmm. The second one was Old World Blues, which was... No, Jesus Christ, I'm fucked up. The first one was the Sierra Madre one. I'm blanking out on the name of it.
Yes.
Where you break into the fucking casino with the 3 other companions. A lot of background on Brotherhood of Steel in that one. Really interesting meeting. You meet Father Elijah, who you hear a lot about during the Brotherhood of Steel quest lines. Mm-hmm. He plays a really interesting character that you have to deal with. Then came Honest Hearts. Then Old World Blues, which was the best one by far. Lots of like classic 50s pulp sci-fi kind of references and shit. The guy who plays Rusty Venture from the Venture Brothers is one of the mad scientist characters. He does an awesome job. All the mad scientist characters in that game, or in that expansion, I should say, are pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. And the last one, I'm blanking out on it again, but it's basically the culmination of this subplot that's run through the DLC of this rival career. And it's set... Lonesome Road, that's what it was called. And it's set in the Divide, which is some parallel to the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. Kind of tries to do this unspoken background thing where it tries to give your character some history, but doesn't do it very well.
That's the one that was mediocre.
Yeah, that's the one that's aggressively mediocre.
Any other game, you would say it's shit. But since it's New Vegas, and it has to be just aggressively mediocre. I love your double standard.
Does have a lot of interactions with Eddie, who is far and away the best companion in New Vegas. So that brings it up a little bit.
Yeah, offhand, I can think of Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim DLCs were pretty freaking amazing. Hearthfire
is pretty
mediocre, but it was cool to add like a separate element of being able to customize your house with like different perks, like different things you can grow.
And the one in Soulstime, I didn't care for very much.
The Dragonborn, I love that one. That one was a good one. The crazy armor and shit you can get, and the fucking that ice or that you can boost your cold enchantments on. Stelmare or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And the fuck was the other one? The
Dawnguard.
Dawnguard. That was a long one.
Yeah, that was the best of the Skyrim DLC by far.
Yeah. 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 Skyrim, still probably the best game ever. Best game ever. Nah.
Yeah, I still couldn't think of a DLC I didn't regret buying until David said Blood Dragon.
I thought you were
Blood
gonna
Dragon
say-
wasn't DLC though. It was
Technically, because it was a
expansion.
standalone game.
That's the way it used to be. Back in the day, like the 80s and 90s, PC games would come out, and if they came out with expansions and shit, they sold them as separate expansions and shit, or they sold them as just fucking sequels. Mm-hmm. And you got a complete game when you bought the game, and if you wanted more of the same kind of thing, but different, they would sell that to you for an extra $20-$30. And that was great. And then things kind of took a turn where they'd sell you a game, and then the expansion was just the same game but more. Where you're kind of diluting the value of it. You're just buying basically more playtime in the game that you're already enjoying.
And then it turns into like Magic the Gathering where you're paying to win. And then you can buy this for this upgrade.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that.
But then it came to the point where they actually gated content from the game behind DLC. Where you bought a game and you didn't get a whole game. You got 2/3 of a game.
Destiny.
And then
looking
they
at you.
charged you extra for the rest of the game.
Destiny.
$20 at a time.
Destiny. Still looking at you.
Even before Destiny, Mass Effect 2 did it really badly, where, yeah, you can say the Mass Effect 2 DLC is really good, but it's characters that are on the disc, and it's an expansion, it's a quest line that should have been in the main game.
Yeah.
All that shit could have been on disc, and they decided to just fucking screw people over on it.
They gotta squeeze money out of you. Like, I have no problem. At least give us a complete fucking game. Like Destiny, they rushed the release to compete with that other fucking Black Ops thing where they flying around jetpacks and shit.
Yeah.
At least give us a complete game, but if you want to modify or add to your gaming experience, like customize it by paying money, that's cool. That's great. I mean, pay to win, awesome. Get these indigent motherfuckers off the same playing field, just like in real life. Fuck you. Never mind, we're not going to get political here. But if he gets the money, you know, if he gets the money to pay for it, he gets the power.
Or your parents got the money, then
Yeah.
you use your credit card.
Yeah. Yeah, pay to win, right?
Yeah.
You no problem with that. That's just the way the world works. And Magic tried to fucking Magic the Gathering. Remember that? You just pay to win. Whoever paid the most would get the best cards, win. And then they had to come up with that stupid ass concept of it's Generation 1 or whatever. You can't use the cards from these fucking packs, these releases from henceforth. This tournament's only fucking boost. Why? Because
Sell more cards.
sell more cards.
sell
The
the new
retailers that run the tournaments have to make money. It's all about money. It's all about money.
Money.
Everyone knows this. Gonna
So-
bomb the shit out of them.
So, with that being
but
said,
no, wait a minute. Following up on this, the downfall of the pay to win thing is that shit led on to like the Korean MMO model and the fucking mobile games that Candy Crush
Freemium?
$1 billion.
Freemium?
Yeah, the fucking freemium model. Fuck that shit. Fuck it right up the ass.
Konnichiwa.
so being game developers yourself, Primoris, pay to win? No. All right.
No, it's not pay to win. If everyone gets their own copy, you can experience the highest expression of the game. Not to mean like you need more copies to win. I mean, we do have expansions in the works.
Yeah, but importantly, the expansions actually add gameplay elements,
Yes.
add mechanics, add to the fucking depth of strategy rather than just being more of the same.
Right. So of having a distinct advantage over other people, which I guess you would have to a degree, but it's not essential. It's not critical to the enjoyment of the game. Because we've actually planned out at the inception of the game, when we created it, we made sure we had some forward thinking that a lot of these game developers don't have. We have a visitor, legal. Realizing here's the game, here's your schema, here's the program. everything has to coincide with this instead of adding shit and adding shit and adding shit and getting so wildly out of control. You have to retcon things in errata and this and that. No, we designed everything at once. We're just choosing to release it at different dates. We're not going to ad hoc make modifications to it. We're not going to George Lucas this shit because we've actually sat down and got our shit together from day one.
So, just for listeners at home, when does Kickstarter go live?
April 7th, we launch our Kickstarter for Primors, Tightrope Games. We'll see you at WonderCon as well. Las Vegas Convention Center, March 20th. Los Angeles.
We're going to Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas.
we're going to Vegas. Yeah. Way to go. All right.
Los Angeles. I was thinking Fallout New Vegas. No, I'm still in New Vegas. Los Angeles Convention Center.
The 25th and the 26th.
26th, yeah.
12 to 5 on the floor.
On the floor.
7 to midnight, we'll be running games at the JW Marriott?
Yes. And we'll see you in your PJs.
Are we having a pajama party?
Yeah.
All right.
Your PJs.
Yeah. We're also planning on having some cool prizes and a raffle at the game too. So stay tuned, guys.
Facebook likes raffle. You get a free copy of the game. The first ever. First ever copy of the game will go to you if you win the raffle.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Yeah, come and
there's nothing I can say.
Come hang out, play with us, poke fun at our collective tonnage, and
collective.
Fill out a survey, help us out with the development of the future products, and help us fine tune it. And it's great. We've ask anyone. We brought it to the OrcCon.
We brought the heat.
Strategicon.
We brought the heat.
Yeah, we brought. A lot of you guys had the overwhelmingly positive and supportive feedback. Everyone loved the game. It was great. It was a good time. We all had fun.
How did that make you guys feel? Because we were all working it together, right? But as we were played a game, you got a shirt, right? For playing a game.
Yep.
You enjoyed it. We'll give you a shirt to remind you of the upcoming Kickstarter. That day, there was already people putting the shirts on to show their support of the game because they liked it so much. I mean... put your breast away, Ben.
I have my Wonder Bra on. That's okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
My man's ear.
But I mean, like, it's
no, it was humbling.
It's something that you guys created, something you guys put together. You had those shirts made.
Yeah.
These people are into the game so much; they're wearing it already there at the con, and they're walking around. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, they're playing over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good time, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive, and it seemed like the more intelligent the people that sat down and played the game were. I was thinking that they're going to find the pattern, they're going to break it. No, I mean the more intelligent the players seemed, the more they seemed to enjoy it, and they had more of they could actually delineate what they liked about the game, what made it special for them, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so as you say that, we can just go ahead and put out there that I won't be playing with anyone. I'll be playing Primors Jr., which is like, I guess, kind of a medieval version of Uno or something.
I just hope you're not colorblind, because then you're really fucked. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. TheyPod 2.0. DLCs, it sounds like overwhelmingly not worth it. Not worth it when you're not going to take it.
Don't fucking give them your money anymore.
Bethesda, stop Fallout 4 bullshit. Get right into Elder Scrolls.
Facebook, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes. We'll see you guys there.
See you.